guys, here we are, Stoomboy, the combat companion. So, as always, shows brought to you by Hard Life Fightwear. So, Hard Life Fightwear, offering a range of products, as a gi, no gi, MMA products in regards to obviously rash guards, shorts, and whatever else you need. Anybody looking for any cool stuff, head over to Hard Life Fightwear. That's hardlifefightwear.co.uk. Discount code STOOM15. So, if you're looking for a little bit of a discount, just make sure you do enter that at checkout. Now, what we're going to be doing, obviously 2025, we're going to be doing some reviews. So obviously I get around, I do travel about a bit. I go to different competitions, whether it be local comps, sub-onlys, MMA events and stuff like that. So a lot of people don't get the chance to do that. So a lot of people don't get the chance to go to some of these comps. So, but they might want to in the future. So what we want to do is bring obviously my perspective, now my opinions of competitions and so on when I do go to them, and let you know how user friendly it is, the competition. Obviously, like the competition itself, what the staff are like, referees, table staff, all that kind of stuff. Let you know what the atmosphere was like as well. Do you know what I mean? Because I travel about a bit, I do get to a lot of these comps, so it's good to do reviews, tell you the good and a bad of a lot of these competitions. Do you know what I mean? Because there's always a lot of great stuff, but there's always sometimes maybe not bad, right? But things that can be changed when it comes to making it more user friendly for the grapplers, spectators, and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to be doing that in 2025. So it's going to be awesome to get about. I'm probably going to fall out with a lot of people. So, but nah, we won't. I mean, as I said, a lot of the comps are fantastic competitions. So yeah, we're going to do obviously regular reviews and places that I go, just so you guys know what it's like in case you are going to go to it in the future. So obviously, one we're going to do today is Grappling Industries. So obviously, Grappling Industries, I got the chance to go over to Grappling Industries in Edinburgh. That was on Sunday there, Sunday the 1st of December. Um, and even though I'd been to Grappling Industries before, it was the first time I'd actually worked at the event. All right, so obviously I did some table stuff. Got to see a lot of great matches, meet a lot of great people obviously that I know, and obviously some new people as well. So I wanted to obviously do a quick review on Grappling Industries to let you guys know all about Grappling Industries. So I see some people have maybe never done Grappling Industries comp before. Some stick to other ones like IBJJF comps, or they maybe only do local competitions and so on. Some people maybe have never done Grappling Industries. So to do a quick review on obviously Grappling Industries and give you a rundown of how Stoomboy felt it was. All right, so obviously itself, as they'd going in, obviously the sports centre itself, Meadowbank, awesome sports centre. It was done up recently, and it's a great place, a great venue. I remember the old Meadowbank stadium when we used to do competitions like back in 2015, 14, 15 onwards. And it was always a great venue, but since they've done it up, it's obviously even more fantastic now. So obviously the venue itself, the hall that they were in, there was a lot of seating. So there was amazing seating. There was obviously tiered seats at the top, and then there was the floor seats, and a lot of space for like spectators and grapplers to move about. In regards to the actual competitors, so yeah, there was 8 mats altogether. I think it was 419 competitors that were registered on the day. That was male, female, kids, juveniles, and so on. So over 8 mats, I think it was about 549 matchups. Okay, so it was a lot of matchups, a lot of matchups. But as I'll explain in just a second, obviously how the matchups, how the progress of the matchups went. So 549 matches over 8 mats. Obviously, when you went in, there was an area as well, which you don't see at all comps, but there was an area for the competitors to warm up and make sure that they were ready to go. Okay, so that was up in the corner, really good amount of space as well. So obviously people were hanging about there all day, just kind of rolling about and getting themselves well warmed up and so on. So so they had a great space for the competitors. I'd say the mat spaces as well, obviously a decent size. In regards to the size, I don't know exactly what the size was, but it was a good mat space for competing on. Okay, there was a lot of kind of room to move about. You weren't restricted in regards to space and so on. So it was a very, very good mat space for the actual competition mats. And yeah, it was good. It was really, really good. Medals. I mean, the grappling industry's medals are awesome. Anybody that's never seen a grappling industries medal, if you've not got one, man, you're missing out. So it's a great, great medal. The great thing as well is obviously you've got the actual medal for the competitor, but then the team medals is just a bigger size of the competitor medal. So the team medals are absolutely brilliant for the coaches to take back to the gym and so on. So but the medals are great. Medals are absolutely brilliant. So obviously you had the medal space, you had the usual backdrop. So when you were getting your picture taken on the podium with your medal, as I said, it was a really, really good backdrop and so on. Weigh-ins, obviously weigh-ins were done by Shaz Khan. Seems to be the Scottish weigh-in guy. So whenever you go to most comps in Scotland, and Shaz Khan's there, Shaz Khan tends to be on the weigh-ins. So obviously the weigh-ins went pretty smoothly from what I can see as well. So obviously when you came in, you got weighed in and that was you. You were done. You were ready for the rest of the day. So now with the weigh-ins, as soon as you've done your weigh-ins, obviously you just hung about. You kind of knew, obviously in smooth comp, you can bring up the mat that you're on, and it'll tell you roughly when you're on. Now, obviously the times change. Grappling Industries have it on their website that if there is any, no, like, because sometimes I'd say you've got matches where they'll finish submission very, very quickly, or there'll be let's say walkovers and stuff like that. So the grappling indices say you can be called within an hour of your matchup. So an hour before, hour after. So within an hour of your matchup, so you can be called. So you can be called early if needs be. I know that some of the matches were called early. I don't think they were that bad in regards to. I mean, it wasn't massive time. I think it's like my mat I was on, we were ahead by about 5 minutes or so. So you were calling people up 5 minutes early and so on. But I mean, the competitors were ready. They were ready to go, which is always a good thing. They weren't miles away. I'd say some people were away at the toilet at the time, so you just had to wait a couple of minutes on them coming back. So just the usual competition day scenario. So they do have on their website. I'd say it's an hour. You can be called up within an hour before, and I'd say a lot of space for spectators, a lot of space for the grapplers themselves. The only thing it didn't have, and I know that one of the grappling industries guys had said this on the day, they didn't have barriers around the mats, which they tend to usually have, but for whatever reason, they didn't have any barriers around the mats. But that made it better. In my eyes, that makes it better. I enjoy where the spectators can be on top of the action and see what's happening. Do you know what I mean? That's I remember when I was coming through competitions and so on, the spectators were always on top of the action. So there wasn't any barriers, do you know what I mean? So I know you only get barriers at like say your IBJJFs and obviously some grappling industries comps as well. So there wasn't barriers on the day. Which I mean some of the mats did get a bit crowded, obviously, when some fan favourite people were on. So it did get a bit crowded. But listen, I don't mind not having any barriers and stuff like that. So do you know what I mean? I could kind of control my mat and said, look, if people were getting too close, it was just a case of me saying, look, going to step back a bit. Yeah, not a problem. So they stepped back. So there's no real issues on the day either. I mean, nothing that I kind of seen. There was no real issues. I mean, just the usual stuff. I mean, people should have got points for this or should have got points for that. So, but there was no real major issues on the day. So everything ran smoothly from where I was sitting. And it's good being obviously part of the staff because you get to see a lot more. Whereas obviously being a spectator, even a grappler yourself, you don't get to see as much what goes on behind the scenes. But I mean, Charles and Josh. Charles Henry and Josh Mensabs did an absolute brilliant job of the competition that day. So they did an amazing job. And yeah, definitely, in my eyes, a great competition. As I said, a lot of matches. Matches, obviously, the way they run as well is, I mean, you know yourself, you go to a competition and So when I remember being in an IBJJF comp years ago, and there was 3 people in the division. So there was me, a couple other guys in the division, and one of the guys got a bye at the final. And then me and the other guy fought, and then obviously I got to the final, and then had to fight the second match. Now, obviously, I wanted to go there and to compete, right? So I wasn't bothered about how many matchups I had, as long as I had a 1 or 2 matches, as long as I had matches. So, whereas Grappling Industries do it a bit different, it's a round robin situation. So, so everybody fights everybody. So you're not really going to get a guy that's getting a bye to the final. If there's 3 people in the division, or 5 people, or 6 people, or whatever. They kind of had a kind of round one. I mean, if there was 8 people in the division, so they had a round one where there was 4 matches, round two, 4 matches, and so on and so on. And then the person at the end that won the most got obviously the gold medal. So I absolutely loved that. I mean, it means that Josh Mensah, I'll quote Josh Mensah here and said, you get more bang for your buck, right? So you get more matches. I mean, you're going there to compete. Nobody wants to go there and fucking win a default medal, or go there, have 1 match when they could have had 2, 3 matches or whatever. You want to go there and compete. Do you know what I mean? I want to be the best in that fucking division that I'm in. So let's make it so that you're competing a lot of matches, a lot of matches. Do you know what I mean? Get your money's worth. Do you know what I mean? You pay obviously a good amount of money to go and compete, so make sure that you're getting a load of matches, and that's something that Grappling Industries do. And I loved it. I mean, as I said, like there was one division, I can't remember what division it was, but there was I said there was 8 people in it, and they all fought each other for, I think it was 4 rounds. And I remember them coming and saying after it, "Oh, do I have? Is there any more matches?" Because some of these guys wanted to continue competing. But then they had the gi and no gi divisions. Obviously, they did the absolutes. The absolutes was done at the beginning of the day, right? Which I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously it works. It works. It's absolutely brilliant, because get the absolute out the way first, and then let's move on to the division. So they did the absolute at the start of the day, whereas the majority of comps tend to do it at the end of the day, because you get the people that have medalled that are then able to get into the absolute. Whereas obviously for Grappling Industries, they had that at the beginning of the day. But as I said, it worked. It worked on absolute three. As I say, I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but it was absolutely brilliant. Get the absolute done first, and then let's concentrate on the actual divisions, the gi and no gi divisions. So obviously did that first. Kids were up. I remember the kids being up, and some of the kids are awesome. I mean, one of the kids was Cody Steele, got a submission in 5 seconds. So I don't know if they checked who got the fastest submission, but yeah, Cody Steele, 5 seconds, come away with the submission victory. So, but then they done that, and then what they done is they presented the team award, the kids team award as well. So it was great. I mean, the kids loved it. The kids loved the day. All the competitors I spoke to as well absolutely loved it. I mean, they love the Grappling Industries format. They love what they do with the round robin, and I mean, even though the absolutes on at the start of the day, they loved that as well, because they think, especially the smaller guys going up against the bigger guys, let's get them out the way first, and then we can concentrate on our divisions. So that's why it definitely worked. So wasn't a long day either. I mean, we were there from 8 o'clock, because obviously staff, you go a bit early. First matches were on at 9 o'clock. And I think it was finished by about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So it wasn't a long day. Obviously, more competitors then means more matches, means potentially a longer day. So, but I mean, 419 competitors, 549 matches, and they got through it in what, 6.5 hours. So the good thing as well, I mean, there's no messing about. I mean, our match, I think started about 1 minute early. It was about 8:59 or something like that. I think the earliest match started about 8:57. But there was no messing about. I mean, it was a case of first match on, and then as soon as they're done, right, the next 2 on. They're done, the next 2 on, and it was just rotating throughout the day, and just kept that going and going and going. There was no real gaps in between matches. I know that it did get gaps at the end of the day, because divisions were finishing and people couldn't compete. I had to give them the 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. But there was no real gaps, so it was just on, off, which kept it going. It kept the action going, and people got their money's worth. I mean, spectators got their money's worth. Obviously, again, spectators paid to get in, and they definitely got their money's worth because I mean they got to see 549 absolutely brilliant matches. Do you know what I mean? So I know that my mat was awesome. I mean, sitting watching my mat all day, watching a couple other matches as well, and there was a lot of brilliant jiu-jitsu going on. There was a couple of like when I was there, obviously I kind of know jiu-jitsu rules, but I wasn't too hot on grappling industries rules. So when I saw, I think it was a blue belt, like doing a knee bar. Obviously, I'm not the referee. The referee makes the decision. Um, but I saw a blue belt doing a knee bar, and obviously me and a couple of the coaches were like, "He's doing a knee bar. Is that allowed? Is that allowed?" And obviously we had the rule sheet on the table, and I looked at it and I went, "Yeah, yeah, it's allowed." And I'm like, "Right, brilliant. We're going to tell all our blue belts and above that knee bars are in." So, but as I say, they do allow it. They do allow it at grappling industries, which again, I mean, a lot of these kids are training that now. I mean, they're training knee bars and all that kind of stuff. So it makes sense to throw it in. It's in a controlled environment, so nobody's going to get seriously hurt because the referee's on top of the action. So yeah, it was a great day, really, really great day. I'd say Charlie Henry, and Josh Mensah, very, very accommodating for the day as well. I mean, if you needed anything, you just went to one of these guys, and they would be more than happy to kind of help out and make sure that they're keeping the competition run smoothly. So yeah, it was great. It was great. So I would give. We're going to do these ratings, so we're going to give them out of 10 for the day, and everything. I would give Grappling Industries Edinburgh a 9 out of 10. Okay, and I say 9 out of 10. It was a great day. It was a quick day. There was a lot of good matches. There was a lot of great things about it. A lot of real great things about it. As I said, taking one off, obviously the barriers. And again, that's not a big issue. It's not a big issue at all. But like some of the competitors, especially the kids and stuff like that, it's good to put the barriers up and keep, especially when people are on top of the mat. Do you know what I mean? Especially when people are on top of the mat. You got kids as young as like 6 and 7 year olds. So having barriers there, it just keeps the element away. So the kids can then go on and concentrate, and then the only person that they really should be listening to is the coach. So that would be my. It's not even a complaint for me because I don't bother about it, but I know that from maybe a parent's point of view, or even grapplers. Do you know what I mean? They might have preferred to have barriers up. But 9 out of 10, man. Grappling Industries has done awesome. David has done absolutely brilliant, and making sure that these competitions are all over the world. Obviously, Charlie, obviously doing brilliant. Where I kind of highlight them throughout Europe. Obviously, Josh as well, and not just these guys, but obviously the Grappling Industries team. It's a really, really nice team. So I can't wait to go back. I can't wait to go back and obviously be involved in this again because it was, in my eyes, it was a great, great competition. So if you've never done a Grappling Industries competition, I highly recommend it. I do highly recommend it. It's something that obviously when I get myself sorted and if I do go out competing again, then definitely I'll be doing a Grappling Industries competition. So I mean, really, really nice people, great comp, looked after obviously the grapplers, made sure they were all good before they went on, awesome medals. So yeah, guys, Grappling Industries, definitely make sure you check it out the next time it's over in Scotland and further afield. I mean, if you're travelling, definitely travel over to Grappling Industries comp. So they're a lot better than a lot of comps out there. And some of your bigger comps, as I say, they're a lot better than some of your bigger comps. So yeah, check it out, guys. Make sure you head over to Grappling Industries. They've got a Facebook page and they've got an Instagram page as well. Okay, so make sure you do give them a like, follow them, and keep an eye on the comps. So, but yeah, we're going to do this next year as well. We're going to travel about a bit. Obviously do some reviews. So yeah, we'll just turn up at competitions and we'll just do a review at the competitions. Because kind of what's it called? Like mystery shopper. Do you know what I mean? I'll just Stum's turned up, mystery shopping, and we'll do a quick review on it. And yeah, just let everybody know And it's never bad. I mean, we're not doing this bad. It's like whenever we have not issues with a comp, but if there's some things that we see, it's more feedback. So we feed that back to obviously the competition and stuff like that as well. And it makes it better for everybody. It makes it a lot better for everybody. So so guys, appreciate your time. Listening to me talk shit for 20 minutes. All right. But yeah, we're going to be catching up soon with a few people. I know we've got a few uh, interviews lined up. We've got Big Max of Prana BJJ. He's going to be coming on and talking about jiu-jitsu from a giant point of view. Obviously, Big Max about 6'10". I don't know what he is. He's 6'10" to me because I'm 5 feet fucking 4.5. So he just seems massive to me. So we're going to be chatting to Max on Friday 6:30. So make sure you do check that out. And yeah, keep posted because obviously there'll be other things coming up as well. But listen, a pleasure speaking to you guys tonight. And yeah, listen, we'll catch you on the next one.